Hello, everyone. My name is Sayed, and we are here today to talk to Captain Shashank Dube, the author of the book Miracles of Mindshift.
Thank you.
This interview is brought to you by Sea Connect. Sea Connect is a global platform made for the welfare of seafarers and connecting them worldwide, with over 68,000 members. Captain Shashank Dube is a passionate neurolinguistic programming and emotional intelligence trainer, coach, certified by the International Coach Federation, popularly known as ICF. And he is the author of self-help book Miracles of Mindshift. Now, without further ado, let's get connected to Captain Shashank and start our conversation with him. Hello,
Yeah,
Captain Shashank. How are you?
good, good. So, yeah, many thanks for such a fantastic introduction and a very warm uh, thank you to all the listeners of Sea Connect and all the seafarers worldwide. Pleasure addressing you at this time.
Absolutely. We are glad that you are here with us today, and I'm sure our viewers would be delighted to listen to this interaction and learn heaps from your wisdom and your experience. Now, let me jump straight into my first question. You have written this magnificent book, Miracles of Mind Shift, and it is garnering huge success. When did you first realize you wanted to be a writer?
All right, so it's somewhat started 2 years back when I was designing my own training and coaching programs. And then I was struggling somewhere like how to reach many people in a very authentic way and in a way which is more meaningful to the present world. And then I
Yeah.
thought about this book. So the idea of this book started around 2 years back. Then yes, lot of discussions, and then from there this idea basically generated that how to reach more people in a very authentic way.
That's wonderful. And these days, a lot of new books are coming out, and many of these books have really catchy names, catchy titles. And I must say that your book has a it has a very beautiful appearance, and it's catchy to the eye, and it also has a wonderful title. So, how do you select the title for your book?
All right, good. So nice question, I'll say. So the title goes as Miracles of Mind Shift. So I believe miracle is a point of intersection where your preparation in life crosses the opportunity. So I believe opportunity is always there, but we don't prepare accordingly. Or preparation is there, and but sometimes we are aimless. So that's how miracle goes. And mind is basically is the place where we live mostly, and shift I picked up for that small degree of change that I make today. But later on it will grow, that angle will grow and give me a big displacement in life further in my results. So that's how this title goes, Miracles of Mind Shift.
Wonderful. And see, every product that comes out, every book that comes out, it has a point of catch. It has something that attracts the readers, attracts the viewers. So, what would you say is your interesting writing quirk or something unique about this book?
All right. So again, when I thought about writing this book, uh, I asked myself, like, what do I have to offer? Okay, and how to make these learnings more easy to understand and more practical to apply. All right. So I thought about all the ancient Indian wisdom from scriptures, which is again at times difficult to understand. And similarly goes for modern day science. They are very practical, but again, there is a limitation of understanding. So in both the ways, how to make them more simple, how to make them more practical and bridge them. So in simple, if I have to say science of spirituality, you can say like what can I do to my life today that can give me a different result tomorrow. And that's why the word redesign has come up in the subtitle.
That's wonderful. And again, like I said, it's very catchy, it's very attractive. Now, you talked about ancient wisdom, and I've heard your talks, and you talk about the Bhagavad Gita as well. So, and the Gita is such a beautiful book, and if we have time, we'll also talk about that in a moment. You are guided by an undivided force, and it's in your spirit. So, Let me ask you a fun question. It's also philosophical in nature. Do you have a mascot or a spirit animal that you that you sort of become, or that inspires you to do such great work?
All right. So one or two.
Oh, that's up to you. That's up to you.
So all right, I'll go with my spirit also and the spirit of the book also, I'll say. So the first animal I would like to go as a mascot or a spirit animal is the horse. Uh, Being into shipping industry, at times I used to question myself that why engine is rated in horsepower, why not lion power? So the answer came is from its endurance, right? It's the only animal which never sleeps while sleeping. So it's that power which is constant there, right? So this is the first message, and then horse stands very nicely for a free spirit. You always think of riding a horse. So when the moment you think about a horse, that free spirit comes, and obviously riding a horse means movement.
Yeah.
So three things like endurance, free spirit, and movement. And second one I said is a bit tricky one. I'll go with owl. So contrary to the normal belief, I believe it's a very intelligent animal. It has a very good vision. And when I say vision means it, okay, practically he can see in night when nobody else does. And that's what that spirit thing for me, that ability to see into others what others cannot see. All right. And yes, owl denotes a major life transition, and Lakshmi also, so wealth also. So yes, so two spirit animal, horse and owl.
Wonderful. I'm learning so much during this interaction, and I'm sure our viewers will be able to take away
Sure,
heaps
sure.
of knowledge and information at the end of the session. Talking about learning, we learn whenever we do something. So, what was one of the most surprising things that you learned in creating your books?
All right. So to be very fair, this is the first book, and when I thought about and started converting into a final thing, there are a lot of statics that came. That let's say if 100 people decide to write a book, 90 never finish it, and out of that 10% also they don't publish, 5% nearly not publish. So the core learning here is book writing is not a sprint race. It's not a 100-meter kind of a thing. It's more of a marathon, uh, which you have to kind of go for a long. And second learning was very fantastic, that I really don't know from where it comes, from where this creativity comes, from where this idea comes, because one day you will be struggling like it's like a dead end, but the next day very nicely you will come up with a new fresh concept. So yeah, these are the surprising things for me which came out during this journey.
Now that's very interesting. And what I'm picking up is you're talking about creativity, you're talking about innovation, you're talking about that bright idea. So, do you try to be more original, or do you deliver the readers what they want to read?
Mhm. So, first of all, the idea was writing a self-help book. All right. So, and second thing, as a trainer, I always believe in right to teach. You can teach anything, but then you don't have that right. So, in that sense, I have always tried to be very authentic with this book. Yes, there are stories. Yes, there are examples. Yes, there are sketches. Yes, there are extracts from Gita, as you said. Even from Upanishads, there are extracts to make it more interesting. But that everything I can connect with. All right, everything I can connect, and this way, yes, I have tried to be as authentic as I can with this book.
That's wonderful. Authenticity is something which really imbibes with the character of an author, and an author, I believe, should be as authentic as they could. Now, another question to quiz you: does writing energize or exhaust you?
I will start with both because yeah, I used to finish my day work, office work, and then food, everything, and every night around 9 to 11 was a like book writing time. So consistently I used to do. So at 9 p.m. when I used to go there, I was so tired. so exhausted. It was like only exhaustion was there in the mind. But after writing it for 2 hours, after giving it one more shape, one more, chapter, one more page, whatever you want to say, towards 11 I used to be really energized, really fresh. And at times it was, yeah, shocking also, that how come, you have put your head into it and still you feel fresh. And I'm sure at times in training sessions also we observe that after full day of training you are exhausted, but that internally you feel, very calm, happy, content. And that's the same feeling I get while doing this book.
That's awesome. I mean, just like you're saying that you used to work and then post work you were writing this book, so there must have been a huge driving force. So, what inspired you to write this book?
All right. So inspiration comes from my life only. Uh, like I was into shipping and then audit inspections, and then in 2016 I was in Canada for some time, and there for some reasons I had to face a cardiac health emergency, and then for a month almost I was there. Then I came back, and life almost flipped after that. So the things that I was doing for last 20 years I could not do. And health wise also there was a lot of questions that, can I drive a car, can I walk up the stairs, things like that. So in short, basically, complete drop in health and complete drop in wealth. And then there was a moment that I thought, something you're not doing correctly. You need to learn few things and apply those changes in life and correct it. All right. So there are some mistakes which I did in my life, and there are some good things I did, and never say die attitude or resilience was there to prevent me. So yes, this is like all this as a mixture, and how to give it to a person who is going through with the same things. Like right now we have this corona going on, so some people are definitely facing something what I faced. uh, but yes, some. So basically this was the idea that inspired me to write this book.
Well, that's wonderful, and I'm sure it's very inspiring for anybody who reads this because, as you said, you went through this period of challenge where you were facing troubles in terms of health and wealth, and that's what you've tried to bring into this book, and everybody who would read it would be able to resonate with it and learn from it. Now, how long did it take for you, or how long does it take you to write a book?
So you know it started around 6 months back, so I'll say I took almost 6 months, but then consistent 6 months, like every day I used to write. Even sometime I don't feel like, so I used to sit in that room or that place where I used to write. Even if I have to write one line, I used to make sure I'd write one line and never gave up on that consistency. So yeah, in that sense, broadly you can say 6 months, but that concept, as I shared, started 2 years back. So a lot of ideas, a lot of thinking was already there. It's just
Mhm.
that, and possibly I want to dedicate this book to Corona. So the movement has started, and now we are sitting. So yeah, you can say that.
I'm glad that you came. I'm glad that you're looking at it so positively. Another question that just popped into my head: do you believe in writer's block?
So I will say, personal level, I don't believe in writer's block, but then at times, yes, you do have to face your fears and doubts. Okay, and all I want to say here is that fear may seem virtual, like it's all in the mind, things like that. But then, contrary people quit writing. Yeah, I told you 90% never completed. So I don't believe it, but yes, if people are getting choked and not finishing their project, so but yeah, I choose to write. I choose to write daily. I choose whenever I have some free time, and maybe that's the message here to how to break it, even if it is there.
That's wonderful. And writing a book is such a great experience, and it also allows you to just be authentic and let everything out barely to everyone. And it also establishes authority in that field. And a lot of people want to become writers these days. So, do you have any suggestions to help your viewers become better writers?
Yeah, so I'll start with the thing that be authentic to yourself, give what you have to offer. All right. But yes, by saying that, I have a strategy of like going from dump yard to highway. So when I say
Uh-huh.
dump yard means whatever is there initially when you thought about writing, dump it on paper. Whatever, even if there's a slightest of joke, any story, any context, any learning, whether it is technical, non-technical, don't judge anything, just dump it. All right. And now align that dumped content into a highway kind of a thing. So for example, I'm going, yeah, Delhi to Mumbai. So I must know which milestones will come where and then align them. So let's say Jaipur is something, Ahmedabad is something, Surat is something like that. Slowly you will see you are finding out your chapters. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to, if they are misaligned, like Ahmedabad cannot come first. So you need to put it back, strategize it. And once it is done, then if you have a good look, you have a real map, like a Google map, how to go from Delhi to Mumbai. So that's the first thing, and that will be very much you, your unique message. And then second thing is be creative as you can think, and very, very, very flexible in your approach. Because I told you the shuffling will happen, and at times it's not comfortable, not easy, because you have thought of a strategy, started designing this highway, and then again you have to kind of redesign. But be flexible from first day. Yes, this will happen, and I'm ready because eventually it will give me the fruit. And the third thing is consistency. What I shared earlier, that write every day, even if it is a single line, single paragraph, So whatever that creativity, see, creativity comes into many forms. At times it is a thought, at times it is a movie, at times it is a feeling also. So it's very important to note it down on that day only, because later on you will realize that, yeah, I was thinking something like this, and today I got this. So then you can merge the two.
Wonderful. And I love the map analogy, especially that how every book is a map and how it takes you from where you are to where you want to go.
Agree.
So, who would you recommend this map to? Right? Who would you recommend your book to?
Yeah. So as I said, while the inspiration part, then any person whose life has stopped for any reason, or for some reason you are not happy with the results. So you want different results, right, in life, any area, be it health, wealth, relationship, whatever it is. So if you're consciously deciding, no, I want to do some correction today and redesign my results. So I highly recommend this book to you. Now it can be a student, it can be an entrepreneur, it can be like quarter life crisis, midlife crisis, anybody going through a bad patch, rough patch, so who's looking to take control. So things won't happen. You have to. So I told you, miracle is where planning meets the opportunity. So both ways it has to work. So highly recommending it to them.
I agree. Now, moving towards the closing of this video, towards the end, I would like to ask you what message you would like to pass to your viewers and your readers.
Mhm. So I will say life will throw you back at times, okay, and that's normal, I will say. But I simply believe that every failure is a feedback. So don't go for the present moment, go for the feedback. There is a learning hidden there. Apply and correct that learning, okay, and then later on have a vision of owl and endurance of a horse, and the attitude never say die. Right, that is very important.
Beautiful, beautiful thought. It's a great book, and I'm sure people would love to read it. Can you just let people know where can they purchase this book from? Where how can they access it?
Yeah, so this book is available in two versions, Kindle version, a soft copy version, and paperback, which is both are on Amazon. The link will be down below this video. If you are interested, you can just go in the description box, find the link, and that way you help me to reach more people. And yes, bringing it closer to the Amazon top seller, bestseller, and yeah, looking forward to it.
There is no chance this book is not going to become a bestseller. Are you working on anything right now that you would like to share with your readers?
Yes, certainly. Because see, what I believe that knowledge, any knowledge, in fact, has to be converted into skill. So book is a very good objective in terms of knowledge. Okay, but then that knowledge has to be converted into skill. So for that I have excellently designed a training program which is
Mhm.
also incorporated coaching skills and NLP skills into it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So yeah, one will be mind shift blueprint, which is based coming out of NLP and coaching skills, improving wealth and wellness. And the second
Mhm.
one is hard shift to excellence, and that is more of EI based, emotional intelligence based. So how to a better self management and relationship management. So these are the few things that you have to be on a watch coming soon.
Awesome. We can't wait for your successes, Captain Shashank, and we can't wait for you to help people via your actions. So that was Captain Shashank Dube. He's a passionate NLP and EI trainer, neuro linguistic programming and emotional intelligence trainer. And he's the author of the self help book, Miracles of Mindshift. And just like he said, he conducts transformational and high impact training programs on leadership called Power of Leadership and life skills called Mind Shift Blueprint and Heart Shift to Excellence. And these training programs are required for achieving peak human potential and long lasting success. Once again, this interview was brought to you by Sea Connect. Sea Connect is a global platform made for the welfare of seafarers and connecting them worldwide with over 68,000 members. My name is Sayed, and you have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sayed. Thanks a lot. See you guys.